Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy Rick Taylor, back in the episode of that Rick Taylor Entertainment Podcast. And I'm sitting here with a legend in the city, man. A special guest, man. Somebody who paid away and really told people, what that JACKIN was like, you know what I'm saying? Milwaukee legend, man, rapper, my boy, Rizzy, man. What's going on with you, man?
How you doing, man? I appreciate that humbly, man. I appreciate that. That's love.
Yeah, for sure, man. You got to get your flowers, you know what I'm saying? Like, you put a lot of work in, and you know what I'm saying?
Man, it seemed like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, sir, real. I can imagine, man. Like I said, I'm humbled, and I'm appreciative for you to come up on the show, you know what I'm saying?
Man, it's a pleasure to be here. I love what you're doing. I watch the show frequently. I love everything you're doing. I'm tapped in for real with you.
Oh, yeah, that means a lot,
for sure.
Bro. I appreciate that. First and foremost, man, welcome to the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Here we like to interview everybody, artists, producers, rappers, whatever you do, that's the platform for you.
For sure.
We like to let people come up here and tell their story and give game to the people and the fans and let the people know who you is and what you do. So we gonna start it out like this, man, because I want to get into everything, the origins of you, your background and all that, and the music and everything. You know, it's gonna be a good one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to look at the episodes as vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For
Definitely
sure. Big on vibes. Big on vibes.
Yeah, I'm real big on vibes. So to kick it off, like, what was you born and raised?
Born and raised north side of Milwaukee, 29th and Capitol.
29th and Capitol.
Franklin Heights. Yes, born and raised.
I actually lived over there too.
Where you was at?
29th and Melvina.
Oh yeah, you was right there.
Yeah, 29th and Melvina. 27 or 20, it was 29. I think it was 29.
So you was right there across the street from the park.
Yeah. I used to live in that house. Like, we lived there for like 2 years. I believe it was like 2000 to 2002.
Okay, so you definitely seen us outside.
Oh yeah.
You
The
definitely seen us.
era.
Yeah, for sure. We was outside for sure.
Yes, sir. I remember a whole bunch of people over there, man.
You was right there in the heart of it, right there. Yeah,
because everything used to go down at that basketball court, that park, that field, and just everybody meeting up over there.
Yeah. So So you probably seen us shooting videos, and me when I was doing my early time.
Yeah, I don't think I probably didn't see that. I know I'm pretty sure you was over there doing that, but I probably didn't see that because I was young. I was a young dude. I was just running around playing basketball, hanging with my cousin and up and down the street. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure, man, y'all probably was ducked off over there. In the back and everything. So
for sure, that's crazy. You was right there.
Yeah, okay, that's crazy.
So you know.
When I seen the I'm JACKIN video, I was like, damn. I lived in that house. Like, y'all was like, they had people in the house. In the video and everything you put up to the house, actually. So it was like, damn.
Yeah.
So to hear you coming from over there, man, like, what was your childhood and your household like growing up?
Man, it was fun, beautiful. I miss it. I had so much fun, man. I'm talking about 30. You live there, so 30 kids. I walk outside, there's 30 kids outside. So our area was broke down from 27th Capitol all the way to 30th. And it's like a little island because Hopkins spread right there. So I played Warning, played at the Slide. I thought we was rich. The funnest time, Ding Dong Ditch.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm talking about all my friends that I met back then and still my friends. And it was one of them type of neighborhoods where if you moved, you kind of came back if you stayed there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So homeowner. So people really didn't start moving into the 2000s, but everybody been there since like day one. My family moved there in the 70s.
Oh man, that's dope. That's dope. Very legendary, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, when we first moved over there, man, it was nothing but love. It was fun. A lot of kids over there, people my age, and then that's when I got introduced to like seeing like like the blocks and stuff like that, how it go, clicks and stuff like that, 2-9 Hardhead.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about that, let's talk about that, like, because I remember there was a lot of people that was in there, and it was just like a family. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it was.
It a family.
It started as a family. We was just the boys off 29th Street, you know what I mean, off Melvina. We known for hooping. You know what I mean? But just like every neighborhood, you got cats that go left, some go right, some go up, some go down.
Yeah.
So we started a group. We needed a name for our rap group. I was the last one to join the group, but I always had a lot of influence. You know what I mean? I was one of the cats that my parents was older, so they had me late. You know what I'm saying? So I was like one of the only cats my age that had big brothers. You know what I mean? My guys are the big brothers, you know what I mean, of my era. So I always had a lot of influence, always had an old soul. So I came up with the name, like, man, we gonna be the Hardheads, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that, that's the first thing your parents always say. If you don't do nothing.
That's dope,
you know what
man.
I mean? Boy, you hard-headed, you this, you that, you that. So that came to be the moniker, and as you can see, it grew legs of its own. I'm
Right.
talking about you got cats out of town, you got cats everywhere, man. Just rep it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I remember them days, man. I used to hear 2-9 hard head everywhere I went, and I was from the area actually. Like, so it's like it was like, damn, well, they all out here, they expanding out here or across over here, and going to all the parties and going to all the like functions and all that. Hearing that, man, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's like 3 generations deep now. You know, it started with our generation. Shorties who, you know what I mean, my son 21 now, he a part of it, and you know what I mean, everybody look at the negative of it, but
Yeah.
you know, you still got cats who, I got lawyers who, you know what I mean, branded, you know what I mean, it's cats who into college, went to college, teachers, all that. You know what I mean? We just from this area, and that was our thing of ours.
Yep, and that shows.
But around that time, everybody was doing the cliques. You know, you had KOB, you had the Hot Boys, you had everybody was coming up with their clique names back then. Yeah.
And that's crazy, man. They come to show you till you can't judge a book by its cover. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they try to paint like y'all is bad or gang or this and that, and it just also shows you like that's not what it's all just about. You know what I'm saying? It's really a family.
Really a family.
And like I said,
real.
we just represent where we from, and that's what it is. We got good come with it too. It ain't just no bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So we know you as a rapper and club hoster and stuff like that. And just this legendary person, Milwaukee, period, bro. Like, who is Ray Rizzy, the person?
Man, Ray Rizzy, the person, is just a very genuine, laid-back guy. Love family, love friends. I give you the shirt off my back because I know I got 1,000 more at home. You know what I'm saying? And if you in need and I could be any type of assistance, that always been me. I always been the dude that I'm a team player. If we playing any basketball, any ball I could pick up, if we hitting flips, I'm gonna do that. Anything we doing, I'm the one to come get. You know what I mean? I'm the life of the party, the funny guy. I'm with everything. If they singing over here, I'm gonna try to sing. I just want everybody to have a good time. You know what I mean? Just big on vibes, man.
You give me
Parents
that vibe.
raised me right. You know what I mean? I grew up with my father and my mother. Granny staying up top. Plenty siblings in the house. I was the baby of all that. So, you know what I mean? It's just always been good vibes. You know what I mean?
So you pretty much was always surrounded by family, like what was inside the house or was the neighborhood, like, and then just the type of person you is, like, that groomed you to be that family oriented man and stuff like that, and like the life of the, like you said, you give me that vibe already that you're the life of the party, that everybody like being around Ray.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't gonna be too many times you see me where I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not vibrating high. You know what I mean? Life is real. We have our ups and downs, but I try not to dwell on nothing. You know what I mean? I try to keep everything pushing and moving, but for the most part, man, everything be straight, all good. You know what I mean? I try not to let nothing get to me.
Yeah, and that's dope, bro. Like, that's a positive mindset to have, because I try to think that myself, like, you know what I'm saying, we have these moments where we feeling down, and you got to think about the bigger picture, bro. Like, you woke up to, see another day. Yeah. It could always be worse. You know what I'm saying? You got another 24 hours to make something shake. Yeah. So,
I'm big on affirmations. Yeah. If you think it, the mind would put it in the universe and it can't come true. So I try not to think about nothing negative, because that can come knocking on your door too. Just like God can bless you, the devil can bless you too.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? But it comes as a curse.
That's a fact, man.
For sure.
You got to think it, bro. Always think positive, and just whatever you put your mind to, you can live it.
Yeah, because who would have thought? I know we're going to get into it, but people thought I was tripping for thinking I can make it to MTV, BET, coming from that area. You know what I mean? And just, I wasn't even the best rapper in the neighborhood, but I just liked it, the attention that everybody was getting from it. So I'm like, I'm going to do that too. And it became, you know what I mean? I work, anything that I do, I put 200% into it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it do what it do.
Yeah, you got that grind. That's what it's about, man. Now, excuse me, homie.
Hit that water now. Hit that water. Yeah.
My bad.
It's all good.
Now, speaking of music, man, what or who inspired you to get into music and doing the rapping? Because I know you just said, like, you like the attention that it gave people and stuff like that. Was it something else or somebody else? Or
first and foremost, church. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people that grew up in the 80s, their first piece of music came from church.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew then when I was in church, my cousins and them would be asleep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'd be there bobbing my head to the beat. And I always loved the box. We used to watch the box back then. We ain't had cable, so we used to have to watch the box.
I remember the box.
So if I wanted to watch BET or anything, I had to go by cousin's house or somebody's house around the corner. So until we got it. But it was gospel first, then my cousins, my brother, man, Kula, rest in peace. Man, he could freestyle. So being around him, I got a chance to be around Money Eyes, Baby Drew, Cuckoo Cow, all the rappers. I used to be around them as a kid.
Man, what was that vibe like being around Cuckoo Cow and all them rappers and Baby Drew and stuff?
Man, they love me. I was little bro and nephew. You know what I mean? They always knew I was gonna be cool. I was gonna be nice. Like, man, Lil Dog gonna be nice. Lil Ray gonna be nice. You know what I mean? They let me be in the confront. I mean, in right in front of it. You know what I mean? They ain't hide nothing from me.
Yeah.
As long as my school stuff was straight. You know what I mean? They let me come in and vibe out. I started off trying to make beats though. With my cousin them Shamrock and them, they had a group called Troubled Souls. And they got indicted right before they took off. They had deals on the table with Universal. So I got a chance to watch Cuckoo, Infinite 4-5, all the labels. And then around that time, a lot of them got indicted. So that was going to be our structure. The Cuckoo Cows with Out of Eye. You had Infinite 4-5, you had Peekaboo Records, you had Trouble Soul, you had Survival Records, you had 414 Music. You had so many different entities, and that was going to be our blueprint. But all of them got indicted around the same time from like 99 to 2002.
That's crazy.
You know, we had to learn it on our own.
Yeah, most definitely did learn on your own, man. Like, look where it brought you and look where it took you, man.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Just being around them pioneers and them legends, bro, and just being in that space around them, bro. Not too many people can say that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm talking about really in the space.
Yeah,
like
in the mix.
There, in the mix, live.
Man, okay, let me ask you this. Since you was in the mix really live, like, what's a crazy story or a good memory you got being around like all those rappers like Cuckoo Kyle and Baby Drew now?
Okay, with Cuckoo, my first story with Cuckoo, I was with a big homie, an OG from mine, his name Booby, and he was real cool with Black from Blackout Entertainment. Black used to be he was the manager of Cuckoo back then when he was with Infinite 4-5.
That's dope.
They had a studio on 60th and North. So I'm just riding with the homie. He like, I'm gonna take you to the studio. Took me to the studio. We chilling. Nice studio. I'm talking about they had a big, nice studio. So we in the session. Cuckoo working on a mixtape. He already had went platinum with in my projects, #1 on a Billboard, everything. So I'm sitting there watching him work. I'm just happy to be there. And I'm rapping in my head. He trying to get this verse together. He can't come up with a hook. So I'm like, you know, I'm mumbling. And he looking like, you got a hook to this? Put me on the spot. And I'm like, yeah. I'm already ready. I'm trained. I'm ready to go. I go up in there, I do the hook. Song called Flash. I end up making an album. That was like my first big thing that happened. You know what I mean? So after that, Black took me to Chicago. And they was mixing on the album, so I got a chance to watch the mixing of the album. And that was another big story. Lee there, my guys, one of my close friends, they uncle is Porgy, P. Woods. So he the CEO of Out of Eye Records. So he right on 29th Street, across the street from Popeyes. So when I go up in there, I got the Baby Drew CDs first. I heard Powder first. I heard all of that before it hit the streets.
Before it hit the streets,
you know what I mean? Yeah, because my guy, rest in peace, OG Ernie, he used to take the CD and bring it over my house and play it because everybody knew I love music. So I used to dub it, you know what I mean? We'd make tapes, so we always had all the music before everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was real because the stuff they was rapping about used to be parked right there in front of the house. You know what I'm saying? So that's what opened up the door for me. I knew what I was going to do.
Man, that's crazy, man. A lot of people don't know that, man. Like, you know, a lot of people don't know that. Y'all be surprised at what y'all hear and, like, you know, these stories and stuff like that and what y'all favorite rapper and people been in the mix and how long they been in the mix and really doing this, man.
Yeah.
Man, that's a blessing, bro. Let me ask you, like, when your era, when you came, it was your time, you was up next. Like, what was that era like? Because that was like the Jack era and all that. Like, what was that like? Like, really showcasing Milwaukee, like, this how we living down here.
That era was beautiful. You had Risco, Risco had the city on smash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Risco. One of my best friends, Lil Fred, rest in peace, Hardhead Fred, he was super duper tight with Risco. So he used to always try to hook us up. But the neighborhood thing. And we could never really hook up, but we respected each other's music. So we ended up doing music later. But that's one thing I wish we would have got a chance to do music then, because Fred wanted that to happen so bad, but we just couldn't make it happen. But Risco had the city on smash. You had Beef, you had Genesis. You had a whole lot of cats. And I was doing my thing, battle rapping. I started off battle rapping. Anything with music I was on. So I was winning the King of the City battles and all of that. And I came up with I'm Jackin', and I pushed it for 2 years, like going to Questions. I know you heard about Questions.
Yeah.
Reggie Brown broke the record for us. Shout out to Reggie Brown. And when he did that, we pushed that record for 2 years, Taco Tuesday. And we went to every club and did it. That era was just so, it was so real, because Vault, I can't forget about Vault, Miller Records, you know what I mean?
Shout out to them.
So every time an artist used to come, it was a club called 414, Escape. So it used to always be Vault gonna perform, Stack and Cheese gonna perform, Rizzy gonna perform, and Risco gonna perform. So that was mainly the four, you know what I mean? Loud was right there with me, because Loud used to make our clothes. You know what I mean? And Loud became, I didn't touch the stage without Loud. I got a mic, I need 2 mics. Loud need a mic, because Loud he gonna come out there and sauce you out. You know what I mean? We deep, you know, we got the hard heads out there, Vault and them family. So we all stayed on stage when everybody rapped. So it was just who was gonna not let the streets get in a way of the music.
Right.
That was who gonna tell who gonna make it, you know what I mean? Right. Really make it, you know what I'm saying? For sure.
That was a dope time, man, a dope era, man. Like, I was really like...
A lot of trial and error, though.
Yeah,
a whole lot of trial and error. A whole lot of trial and error.
So what's some trial and error that you like, you know, that you learn, and like what mistakes you learned from, and what mistakes you made?
A lot of money that was spent not the best, you know what I mean? We had a lot of people playing us, you know what I mean? Like fake A&Rs coming in, paying for placements. Man, we used to have to pay $5,000 to perform here. We opening up for artists. We paying so much money that to the point when you finna get ready and really do something, you might be out of cash. So now you got to step up your hustle on how you getting your money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of cats was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I was in the streets, but I was fortunate enough not to have to go too crazy. You know what I mean? I did enough just to do me. And I had a lot of people that loved me, you know what I mean, that looked out. But yeah, that budget was coming from the streets. Man. So a lot of cats got caught up in the turmoil of that. I was just blessed to be not one of them, and stay productive and stay in that
Yeah, a lot of sacrifice was made trying to, you know, get the team to get where they need to get, man.
Man, I sacrificed everything. I'm talking about catching a bus to shows, being at shows by myself. My first couple of years, it just used to be like me and Loud. Like you said, you used to see the hard heads, about 50 of us, original, but majority of them was in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go rock it out myself, or you got to deal with, bro, I got a show, and cats like, I catch the next one, you know what I mean? I got to go catch this head, I got to go do this, I got to go do that. So then nobody realized it was cracking until it was cracking, you know what I mean? Yeah. For real. Like, dawg, man, everybody talking about, dawg, this rap stuff really, I'm like, it's really that. Because it wasn't cool. You got to think it wasn't cool then. It wasn't cool then. You ain't all the rappers that you got now. It wasn't like that back then. Yeah. You probably had about 10 rappers. You know what I'm saying? And I sacrificed girlfriends, relationships, everything. I sacrificed everything for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew where I was gonna go.
Yeah. And that showed how dedicated you was, man. Like, you know, because it really, like, it's crazy, like, how the Milwaukee scene is now versus then. Like, it wasn't a lot of rappers like that at all. Like, it was like you said, it was like a couple, like 10 or even sometimes less, like, really doing something and putting in that work, you know what I'm saying? Because it was kind of hard getting music videos and stuff shot back then versus how it is today.
Wasn't no videos.
It wasn't no videos. Like, it was word of mouth.
Yeah, Cuckoo shot the video. That was the first video I seen that was like really huge, like that was major. Yeah. So out of all the rappers, it was me. I came and shot I'm Jackin'. And you remember we shut the whole park down the whole day. I remember we was shooting a video, it was so crazy. The police came and they was like, man, we seeing flyers in Madison. So man, you got to go get a permit, or you got a warrant too, you need to go take care of that. They was sweating us because they couldn't believe that one of the hard heads was finna do his thing and make it out. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we had to do the proper paperwork and everything. They let us shoot the video. It was beautiful. So after that set the trend for cats to shoot videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that video costed like $8,000 back then.
Damn, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like it costed so much money to get like music videos. That was before the era before they started like the videographers. You can go buy you a camera from Best Buy and start shooting your videos and stuff like that. Like
it wasn't none of that. It was
none of that. You had to put some money behind it.
Yeah.
And you had to know people.
And shout out to PHILLYFLYBOY. He shot majority of my joints back then. You know what I mean? Before he got super duper big. And to this day, whatever I need from him, that's my brother. He gonna take care of me. If I call him right now, he gonna come right through. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Philly. Now, the I'm Jackin record.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You had a remix to that, right?
Yeah, remix.
And it was like a lot of people on there. You had, who was all on there, man? Because I remember hearing there was so many people on there.
Trina, Paul Wall, Gorilla Zoe, Nelly, BG, Fat Pimp, and J Money, which is now Money Man.
Wow, like man, hey,
which is now Money Man.
That's crazy. How did that like remix like happen? Like how did that all them artists like get on there? Like how did that come about?
Well, back then I was managed by my big cousin Tony Neal, and the record was doing so good in the city that we started going out of town and playing it, and everybody thought I meant robbing. I'm jacking. They thought I meant jacking. So I used to have to try to explain what it meant. So let me tell you how jacking came about, because everybody know jacking can go two ways. I used to come back home and be like, went on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I used to come back from Miami, be like, man, I was just with Puffy last night. We popped about 15 bottles of Cristal, did this, and they like, bro, quit jacking, bro. And I'm like, bro, I ain't jacking, man. I'm telling the truth. So, but I'm really telling them I'm not jacking. I was jacking. Like we was stunting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I meant that way. So the hook was like, I'm jacking what's happening. It's like whatever you want to believe. Whatever you want to believe. You think I'm lying? If you think I'm lying, I'm jacking. That's cool.
Yeah.
But if you know I'm jacking. You know we really doing this. You know what I mean? So that's how the song kind of came about.
Man.
Thanks to Lil Fred, because I was on my East Coast vibe. I'm big on samples.
Yeah.
I'm real big on samples, but he wanted something that he can play. Like, man, bro, give me something, bro, that I like the sample stuff, bro, but give us one. And I gave him that, and that was the one that did it for me. You know what I'm saying?
And I can definitely vouch for you for that, because I mean I heard your project, the Mold Print.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can tell like the flow that you talking about, you was doing that.
Yeah, that was doing that. Wasn't nobody doing that. Wasn't nobody messing with them samples like me back then.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Not at all. Now what did that record do for you, man? Like did it? Let me ask you this. Because I see also you had did you have a deal on the table, or did you get signed to CTE?
With CTE, yeah.
Okay, now how did that come about? Was it because of the record, or?
It was because of the record. The record built the momentum, and Tone had the core DJ retreats. So I was spotlighted. I was highlighted on them. So every time I perform, and like you said, I got these skills where everybody just rock with me. So everybody just fell in love with me when I perform. So every time I perform it, a different artist would be like, let me jump on that. Let me jump on that.
Yeah.
So that's how we got the idea, and that remix became that big, because it wasn't really the norm to have 8 people on the remix.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to showcase the power that we can have in the mill. You know what I mean? Like this one record got all these major artists that everybody listening to want to jump on our platform and jump on that. And we turned down so many people to jump on that.
Man,
that record could have been a week old. I mean, a week long.
Who did y'all turn down?
E40's supposed to have been on it. Rick Ross supposed to have been on it.
Damn.
I ended up getting another single from Rick Ross. I did Yeah Okay. That was later on down the line. I was with Lil Jon and Juvenile. We shot the video for that. That made it to MTV.
Cold.
You know what I mean? That was huge. That was big budget, major. You know what I mean? So we did a remix to that too. Ice Cube was on that. Verse Simmons was on that. Twister was on that. We just kept that same formula, just working like that. Tone was a DJ, so we was doing the Khaled songs before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Khaled method.
Yeah, we was doing the Khaled method before that. Yeah. So yeah. Thanks to your boy, we was doing that first. You know what I mean? So shout out to Tony Neal for that. And the record made. We used to have the first Fridays at Onyx, and I'm performing, and Akon came out. He grabbed the mic. Was like, Milwaukee, y'all rocking with dude? Of course, the city went crazy. I left with him that day, and me and him was rocking for like months. And after that, he told me, he was like, man, you remind me of Jeezy. Like, your whole spirit remind me of Jeezy. I'm going to call Kinky B and get you over there. I'm going to see how they rock with you. So I'm like, cool. He did that. I end up driving down there, met up with Kinky. It was set right there.
Wow.
It was set right there, yeah.
Now, after meeting Kinky, like, you know, what happened after that? Like how did it go, like, meeting Jeezy? What happened right after?
The crazy thing about that, when I met with Kinky, I didn't really know how their business was structured, but I'm knowing from the music that Kinky is the co-CEO. Them the two CEOs. So I'm knowing before they sign off and do what they gonna do, I got to get the blessing from the other guy. So I'm thinking it's already set because the play is set by Akon.
Yeah.
And Tony already like, man, we gone. It's CTE. We gone. We out of here. So I'm like, okay, I already know I got the plan on at the meeting with Kinky. He's like, man, you gonna do a mixtape. We're gonna get your album together and we gonna shop it. You know what I mean? We having some contract dealings with Def Jam because that's the subsidiary company.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's who's gonna give up the big budget. So we don't know if we want to take you to Atlantic or an Interscope or Def Jam. I'm thinking Def Jam because that's my dream label.
Yeah.
So I'm not knowing Kinky and Jeezy is having some eternal beef. So when I met Jeezy, it really wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I was the first artist that Kinky brought along. All the other CT artists came from Jeezy. So I already knew Rocket from the BMF thing. You know what I mean? I was real plugged with BMF through CT from here. He was signed to BMF. So I already knew Rocket, already knew a couple of the cats that was on the label. And he was already telling me, like, bro, don't do it. Like, we on our way up out of here. Like, things rough. So, but I'm thinking about the city. Like, this a good move. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't really want to blow this. I don't really
come
wanna,
every day.
Yeah, but Kinky not really telling me that it's drama. I'm thinking it's all good.
Right.
Like, things going to work itself out. Maybe he thought they was going to work themselves out. So I got caught in the middle of that. You know what I mean? So I did everything I had to do. I dropped a mixtape. Mixtape did 10,000 copies because back then wasn't no streamers. So you had to get this pressed up.
Right.
So I moved 10,000 units within the first 3 weeks. Like, that wasn't nothing. They was on it. And I could have went, we had a bidding war. The two hottest cats at that time was me and Meek. Meek was over there with T.I. at the time, if you remember.
Grand Hustle. I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? So I remember I came with Rick Ross at the time, but I wanted to be with Jeezy. You know what I mean? But that wasn't the best decision for me. You know what I mean? Obviously, after what happened. So now I'm told to be quiet about a lot of this stuff that's going on. So when I get back home, everybody want to know. They worried about the little stuff. Where the CTE chain at? Yeah. I'm like, man, I got this big old $50,000 Wendy's chain on that represent us.
I like,
You know what I'm saying? They want to know where the Bentley's at, with this and this and that. You got to earn that stuff. You know what I mean? So I dealt with that. You know, a lot of cats didn't want to believe it. They thought I was lying. Reggie Brown introduced it on the label, on the radio, everything. But cats didn't really want to believe it because you needed that. What I needed was Jeezy to give me that bigger cosign, and he wasn't going to give me that because I was Kink Man. So that kind of spoiled everything, you know what I'm saying? So when I shot the Yeah Okay video, if you go watch that video now, it say Court Records. It don't say CTE. And that was because we was on our way out. So now I'm following protocol of what my management telling me to do. You know what I'm saying? So I got caught up in that. But shout out to Kinky for the opportunity. That was big. And right after that, Tone was finna fall back because he got offered the Def Jam South president position. But he ended up turning it down, and Khaled ended up taking it.
Oh, wow.
And Khaled was one of my biggest supporters, you know what I mean? So it was just weird. I got caught in that time where things was just, they was trying to figure out how to, back then, I didn't really know what was going on, but the business was so big that they was trying to figure out how to mold a cat from Milwaukee, you know what I mean? Because we got so much flavor and they ain't really know how to do it. I ain't know I was coming in stepping on a lot of cats' toes because at that time, Tony Neal was so influential. He was the biggest DJ that was going. So I was coming in stepping on a lot of cats' toes, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I was also bagging it up, and I was also cool as hell. Your average Milwaukee cat that got flavor, so they really couldn't hate on it. They was just hoping that the ball just stopped bouncing. You know what I mean? Right. And I kept dribbling, but they was just hoping that the ball stopped bouncing. I kept on hitting them up they side of their head again and again and again until, you know what I mean, things just kind of slowed down.
Right, and then is that when, like after that, like what happened after that? Like, because I was going to ask about, like, when that didn't go through, like where it was on the outs, like the Jeezy deal and everything, Where did you go then? Was you back
After that,
independent?
things got a little scarish. I remember Tone calling me like Miss Deb want to manage me. If y'all don't know who Miss Deb is, that's Wakamama.
Yeah, shout out her.
So at that time, while I'm with CTE, I'm living in Atlanta for like 3 months. So I'm down there. There's cats getting stabbed up, like on the label. Like it's real life. So icy CTE wars. We used to meet up in the parking lot of the CTE office, and everybody just throw on like all black. And just roll out, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I done left the Capitol and got them to some real gang shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm right stuck in the middle of this shit again, you know what I'm saying?
What was that like, being in the height of that beef?
It was crazy because you inherit it, you know, you gotta ride. You know what I mean? That's when I knew, like, man, this shit ain't nothing but the streets. You know what I mean? It's the early part of the streets, you know what I'm saying? I'm with the two trap guys, Jeezy and Gucci. They going at it, you know what I'm saying? And I end up bumping into Gucci probably a couple months later, and I got the chain on, and he looking like, man, dog. You know, they was tripping off the Wendy's chain, and that's another reason I got a lot of attention too off that chain. They wanted to know, man, what you doing with a Wendy's? You know what I mean? That represent. You know what that represent? You know what I mean? That's right there in the neighborhood.
We gonna talk about that though.
For sure.
Let them know what that represent. We gonna get to that later.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, Miss Deb wanted to do some business, but I thought it would have been a conflict of interest, you know what I mean, with everything that was going on. Then I end up going down to Miami, messing with Ross, getting divorced from Ross. And I was working with Verse Simmons real early. And I worked with everybody. Scott Starch, Trey Songz. I did some things with Extreme. He come out of No ID and Kanye. We was working. Jacob Lattimore's mother, she helped me extremely. Tish, shout out to Tish. I owe you 1,000%. You know what I mean? She was there in the early days.
Wow.
It seemed like I just had to be that guy that took the hit for the city at the time. You know what I mean? Everything we did was right. It's just the situations we was getting into was just they're spoiled. You know what I'm saying? They're spoiled. So,
and that's crazy, man, that you've been through a lot, bro. You've been in the mix a lot, man, and like
and never folded.
Folded, kept going, bro.
Yeah,
like
never folded.
Cause you know a lot of that stuff can like drive somebody like, man, fuck this shit, I'm done, bro. Whatever the case may be, but you kept going, bro. And we salute you for that, bro. Most definitely. Like, gotta give you your flowers, bro.
Yeah, it was rough at first, cause you know I got to deal with the bro. You blew it, bro. What this, and that. I'm like, y'all don't even know the half. You know what I mean? I ain't never stopped. Right. Like I'm doing this out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? When I left, they used to tell me when I was in Atlanta, I do all these tours, big tours, and they'd just send me back home to 28th Street. Like I'd be sitting on the porch, and the video on MTV, BET, and they just be looking like, bro. Like I kept it too real. Tone used to call me and say, don't do no clubs. I didn't understand it at the time. He wanted to keep me fresh, because why pay for it if we gonna see him Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the club? So I used to go back and try to get love to all the clubs that gave me love. So now there ain't nobody gonna book me, because I'm already gonna be there anyway. You know what I'm saying? Right. So a lot of things that I thought, you know, immature, you know what I mean? A lot of things I thought that was the way probably wasn't the way, but I gave love, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I can go to sleep at night knowing that I gave love. I know Tone probably wouldn't agree with a lot of things I was doing, but I felt like I had to do that, because these was the cats that was making sure I was straight, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Now,
being in around at Hollywood, like, what was that like, being around the celebrities and all that?
Real and fake. Like, you pushed into it. I remember on one tour, I just walk, I pull up, I fly, make it in, somebody come pick you up, they give you a room key, you walk in the room, Young Jock is your room, you know what I mean? Y'all got to share a bungalow, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey man, how the kids doing this and this and that? And I'm like, man, I was just at your concert trying to, you know what I mean, give you my demo, you wouldn't take it, but now I'm popping, so it's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Going out to eat with Trina, it's like, it's instant. It's just instant. Khaled calling you, telling you the hottest thing smoking, to a year later, you can't even get them to answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? So once you hot, you hot. Once you cool down, they forget about you so fast. You know what I'm saying? But
that's how the industry is. That's crazy.
But I was so cool, man, that to this day, you know, with me doing hosting, a lot of cats will come in the city and bump into me and be like, man, what up, bro? Man, you one of the ones, man. We wish would've, you know what I mean, would've did they thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man. Now they see you and stuff like that, man. You know what, man? You live a life that a lot of artists would dreamed to have lived or just had the experience, the opportunity to do what you did.
Yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? You had remix, you had videos, you met these people, you was signed, bro. You was in the mix.
Yeah,
You
and
was in the
another
mix.
thing, a lot of people, you got to think, this is before Instagram.
Yeah.
So a lot of people never got a chance to see this. So I battled DMX.
That's crazy.
I battled DMX, and he spit a verse off where the hood at. That's the verse he did to me. And when he came to Milwaukee. My cousin them owned a club on Sherman and Good Hope, and he just pulled up, like real little dude, just pulled up, and he like, who rap? Everybody pointed at me, and the first guy he had rap against me was a guy named Prophet from Chicago. Did my thing with him. He's like, man, send the other pup at him. He had just started Bloodline Records.
Was Young Bird around the time with him?
That was the second guy.
Young Bird.
I do my thing with him. Then you just heard a nigga growling. Grrr. So all my folks who know about that, man, y'all know what's happening with that.
What was y'all battling that, man? Like, what was y'all battling that?
We was at the club.
Okay, now what happened during that battle? Like, with you and X, like, was you nervous, or was it like, what was that feeling?
No, it was regular. Cause I used to always rap against all the big guys, so it wasn't nothing. I ain't look at it as an opportunity or nothing. He wasn't in there on no superstar shit. He just was kicking it. And he like, who rap? And all the rappers was kind of like,
they want to say nothing.
They ain't want to say nothing. He go the little guy. Man, shit, I rap, nigga. You know what I mean? And then, he like, man, take my number. Hey, big dog, get my number for little dog. He just started the label. He ready to, this before all that I'm jacking and everything, but I just had to bring that up. But it just never, nothing ever really happened. I think one of my cousins probably asked for a crazy number or something. Like, man, give me $1 million for him or something. Ain't no telling what happened, but I just got that in my head that you know what I mean? Right. That's something that, it's a lot of stuff people can't take from you know what I mean? Like, man, it's...
You done lived a life, man. Hell of a life, man.
Man, been around the world. I traveled, everything. Another crazy story. I remember 40 GLOCC was robbing everybody. And me, Lil Earl, remember Easy Money? Yeah. Me, Lil Earl, a couple more guys, we was in Vegas. And I looked, we in the club, I looked over, I see like 40 Crips come in the club. Pew, walk in. Lil Earl like, man, that's 40 GLOCC. We was just laughing at them chasing Tiger, you know what I mean, with the chains. That's when. So I'm like, bro, they finna try to get these chains, bro. I got the Wendy's, he got the Monopoly, all that. My guy got Scrooge McDuck. Robbo got a chain up. We deep. I got Gino and everybody from PAX with me in Vegas. So I'm looking. I'm like, man, y'all grab some bottles. It's on. You know what I'm saying? Before they rushed over, I looked. Remember, I told you I knew a couple BMF cats. Yeah. It was a Crip guy named Rocket. He actually is managing Lil Meech right now. BMF Rocket. Shout out to my boy. He looked and was like, Rizzy. I run right over there like, man, what up? He was like, boy, we got a call. We came on that. So he's like, man, let me go handle this. You know what I mean? Pew. He go holler at them. Everything was squashed. You know what I mean? But they came on that. But we wasn't finna go. Right. But that's when I learned then that we got to travel the right way. You know what I mean? But music was, I mean, the music industry was different then. You can really kick it and travel. Like these days, you got to have a suitcase full of guns before you go out of town, make a call and everything. But that tell me right there, it's safe to, you got to make a call before you hit it and everything. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we maneuvered and came back and told everybody how to maneuver and how to move around. You know what I mean? I remember Lil Cuz, SME TAXFREE. Yeah. He used to always, him and my cousins, they real tight. So he used to see a lot of this stuff, you know what I mean? And I used to always give him a lot of game and everything. I'm so proud of him right now, man. Yeah, shout out SME TAXFREE, man. He going so crazy. I inbox him all the time and tell him I'm proud of you. Keep your foot on the gas, because he was there. He watched it. He watched me struggle with it. You know what I mean? He watched me sit up in that room and package up CDs and everything. So the way that they doing it now, man, I just love it, man. I'm just glad that he can, you know what I mean, things that he's seen happening early, that he can use that in his advantage now and everything working for him. So that if he win, I win. You know what I'm saying? Being around somebody like you who's been through it and watching the ups and downs you was doing it, he, put it in his game, like, okay, I seen what Cuz did, you know what I'm saying? Got the game, take the good, take the bad with it and everything. So, you know what I mean? A lot of artists, you know what I mean? I had a chance to mess with a lot of artists back then and just come through and just show my love, you know what I mean? And they doing their thing right now. Yeah, man. These young cats doing their thing right now. I'm here for it. Yep. I was gonna ask you that too.
What's your thoughts on the Milwaukee music scene right now?
It's where it's supposed to be. I think it's gonna blow up more. It's just our city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no big. I didn't have it, and they still don't have it. You know what I mean? But technology didn't change. Everybody utilizing this technology. You know what I'm saying? I love what everybody doing with it. It's rocking. You got chicken. Yeah. These views. You know what I mean? I remember I used to do 10,000, and that was huge.
Yeah, it was very huge.
That was huge. Like 10,000 on YouTube. People. That was huge. Now they doing 1 million. You know what I mean? Looney Baby, Free Looney. That's Lil Family. That's Cousin. Free Loon. He going crazy. $1 million views.
Yeah.
Man, everybody going crazy. Man, I love to see it. Certified Trapper.
Yeah.
I love it. That sound.
He just got signed, I believe.
Yeah, I love it. Cats be calling me from out of town. I'm seeing them doing the dance. And then now you got cats in the NBA. You got Jordan Poole.
Yeah, Kevon Looney.
He could put people on, you know what I mean, to our culture. Well, nobody in the NBA when I was doing my thing, so it wasn't nobody to help push the culture, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's how we rocking in Milwaukee, you know what I mean? So now it's cool. You got Jordan Poole killing. He winning championships and everything. Yeah. So he could put everybody on to what we got going on. He could shed the light on the city, you know what I mean? But everything take its time, you know what I mean? And everything's working for what it's working for. Mm-hmm. I ain't one of them bitter ones. I'm here celebrating. My time was beautiful, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna let nobody tell me that I was a failure, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't, you know what I mean? Exactly. I can always go back and watch this stuff. You know what I mean? And I know I got pictures, I got all that stuff. Man, I was there. It's certain cats that was there.
You made it. Shit,
you know what I mean?
You look at you like you made it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you been around these people, you got all these songs, got the connections, then lived his life, been in the mix, bro. You made it, bro.
Yeah, and the biggest one of all, Neighborhood Nipsey HUSSLE.
You got a song with him.
That was big. That was big.
Was it hard getting a song from him? How did that go?
I had a situation, me and my guy KL, we was in Vegas, and he was asking me, Chad Roper was doing all my mixing at the time. I know you know who Chad is. Chad managed Lakia now. So they was asking me like, man, we finna go to Cali. You need to do a song with Business Boy had just sent me like 4-5 Cali beats. You know what I'm saying? The Real Ride Out, that's my cousin. Me and Business Boy been rocking. So he sent me some beats. And I'm like, man, let's go get Ty Dolla $ign. He was popping at the time. So business-wise, that would have been the best move. But I'm looking like, man, it's this guy named Nipsey, fam. This nigga fire, fam. I fuck with him. Reminded me of myself because he did a lot of soul samples and all that. And, you know, they weren't on to him yet. So I played a couple joints. They're like, man, you sure you want to, you know what I mean? That's the budget. You want to put the budget on him? Yeah. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, because it's before Victory Lap.
Way before Victory Lap. It's 5 years before Victory Lap.
It's like Crenshaw.
Crenshaw had just dropped, actually. So that's when Jay-Z had bought the CDs. So now they on his radar. So he like, damn, Jay-Z just... I was like, yeah, let's shoot down there. So we shot down there. I end up pulling up, going in the store. And I had on, I'll never forget, I had on a blue Burberry shirt, some blue True Religions, some Timbs, and a Milwaukee hat. I couldn't wear that hat because it's the 40s, MOB. So, you know what I mean? They checked me out the door, like, man, what up, man? Where you from? I'm like, man, I drove from Milwaukee. I'm trying to holler at Nip. And they like, oh, word, that's right. Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. You know how they be. Oh, that's right. Okay. Come on in. Come on in. So the guy come into the door. I'm like, what up, Nip? It ain't Nip. It's Black Sam. And he like, man, what's up? I'm like, man, I'm trying to do a song with Nip. He laughed like, man, you know what Nip just did yesterday? You know, everything was blowing up about the Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, this is what I'm here for. So he was like, man, what's your name? I'm like, Ray Rizzy. He was like, all right, we gonna check your profile, see what's up with you. How long you here for? As long as it take. So he like, all right. Probably like later on that night, I get a call. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, cuz, what up, just Nip? I'm like, man, what's up with it, man? You know, I'm trying to get with you. He like, man, yeah, everything come back good, man. You know, that's right. You fuck with Tony? Like, yeah, that's my big cousin. Like, you Philly Flyboy? Yeah. Oh, DJ Ski said this, that. Yeah, man, pull up at the studio. So we pull up at the studio downtown. That's when I found out he wasn't just a rapper. You know what I mean? This man was a prophet, you know what I mean, a visionary. You know what I mean? We talked for about 3 hours before we even got down. You know what I'm saying? And we end up doing the music, and we going at it. He telling me about his plans. I'm looking on the wall. I'm like, what's that? He got plenty he got plenty chalkboards. He's like, yeah, man, my album gonna be called A Victory Lap. He was working on A Victory Lap back then.
Yeah.
Everything was already set. He's so strategic, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, when we get done with this, can we shoot the video? He like, I ain't gonna lie, cuz it don't fit into what we got going on, but we're gonna revisit it. You know what I mean? I was like, man, this guy is 100. He was like, man, just come on, man, rock with us. I'm rocking with you. You know what I mean?
He ain't give you none of that Hollywood talk. He kept it real.
No, he kept it real. He could have said, yeah, we're gonna do it. He was like, right now, it wasn't on none of the on the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everything. This ain't even supposed to happen. This feature ain't even supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? But it happened because the vibe. You know what I mean? He went right with the vibe.
Why you feel like it wasn't supposed to happen? Because of like you, I'm gonna let you answer. Why you feel like it wasn't supposed to happen?
Because it wasn't part of his plan. He real strategic.
Okay.
And doing features for outside people wasn't part of the plan. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody set it up. I literally just walked in the store. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times that happened?
Yeah, that probably happened every day.
Every day, all day. So it only got to be divine intervention for it to happen for me. A little cat from Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying? He called and I got enough traction where he called, they like, yeah, we know Rizzy, Rizzy solid, you know what I mean? And he like, man, that's right, okay. You know, cats vouching for you, they rock with you know what I'm saying? I don't know how, I ain't hear you know what I'm saying? But everything worked out, and we kicked it for like 2 days after that.
Oh, word.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when I got shot, he called and everything, checked on me. He one of them type of guys.
That's what's up, dog.
The business was already done. I got shot like a couple years later. He called like, man, I heard, on Instagram, like, man, everybody, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be all right, man. He was like, okay, man, let me know if you need me, man. You know what I'm saying? Dude solid like that.
Dog, that's crazy. I wish I would have met Nipsey, man, because that was my plan to go to LA and do the same thing or just try to meet him and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let him know I'm doing, I'm trying to do interviews and stuff like that and just try to get an interview or something.
He one of them. He definitely was one of them. My favorite guy I ever met, and I don't even want to say industry because he wasn't industry to me.
Yeah.
He wasn't industry to me. That man was solid.
Yeah.
That man was solid.
So what was like after y'all said y'all was kicking it like for the next 2 days? Like, was y'all in the studio or y'all just like out on the block?
Yeah, he took me to his hood. He showed me. Everything he talked about, he showed me. Like the marathon, if you listen to that verse, I talk about the marathon. The marathon, victory lap to the finish line. I put it in my rap because that's what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? And he showed me where he from. He took me through these neighborhoods. I already got some family members that's, some Crips from the other side, and he was like, who you down here with? Who calling for you? I was like, man, I got some people that's with the Nutty Blocks. And he was like, ooh, okay, yeah, okay. They turned up. So, me knowing the politics and everything that was going on, because it wasn't my first walk around the block, you know what I mean? So he knew I was one of them too, also. You know what I mean? I respected the LA culture and everything. He knew what I come from. He knew about what we represented, you know what I'm saying, and everything. Yeah, it was real. Man,
that's dope, man.
So a lot of these features I got, cats really, these real street cats. So they want to find out what's up with you. You know what I mean? So the resume has always been all A's on my report card, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm just genuine. I wasn't there on no super tough God stuff, nothing.
Yeah, and I can imagine, man, like, once he passed, man, how that affected you.
Man, I cried.
Yeah.
Because I know what he was finna do. You know what I mean? He just got Grammy nominated, you know what I mean? He got the family, the store had just took off. And I remember, now you got to think this 5 years prior, he's showing us the marathon t-shirts, and he like on this tag, you put your phone.
Yeah, and I play videos.
I ain't understand what the man was saying. I'm like, you finna put your phone, a barcode, and I'm like, I can't see people doing that. And that's all we do now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He told me what the story was gonna be. All this was planned out 5 years before. So to see all that coming to fruition, I'm like, man, you know what I mean? And the guy he was younger than me.
Yeah. That's a blessing.
So we hit it right off, you know what I mean? When he came to Milwaukee, he reached out, he did a show at the Rave, he reached out, shot right down there. You know what I'm saying? Shot right down there. I still got a lot of ties with a lot of cats, you know what I mean, in high places. You gotta think, in 2002, 2001, a lot of these cats, later, I'm sorry, 08, 09, because that's when I got my start, my big start. A lot of these cats was like interns and everything. So you got to think, fast forward to now, they execs and everything now. So I still got relationships with these cats. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so.
Nice love, man. Rest in peace to Nip.
Man. Neighborhood, Thundercat.
Now, back to the Wendy's chain, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember what it represented because I remember you you was telling people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a new generation who don't understand and probably don't know. Or, some people who still want to know and hear the story. Like, where did the Wendy's chain come about?
So I grew up on 29th and Capitol, 28, 27. Y'all know it's a Wendy's right there.
Yep, stayed at that Wendy's.
A lot of people be like, why not McDonald's? Why not Popeyes? Because, you know, we couldn't cross the street. We couldn't cross the busy street. So it probably could have easily been McDonald's if McDonald's was right there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, back then when we was kids, we ghetto dreaming. When we make it, what type of car you gonna get? You know what I mean? What type of jewelry you gonna get? You know what I mean? You had the No Limit piece, the Rockefeller piece, this and that. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna get a Wendy's chain to represent the hood. You know what I mean? Because that's where we used to kick it at. Everybody knew we used to be at the house right next door to Wendy's. Yeah. We had our own burger back then, the hardhead burger, which was a double stack. You had bacon and you put mayo on it. You know, everybody knew about it. You know what I mean? So when the opportunity presented itself, I wanted to get something that represent me and mine. And that was that Wendy's chain. You know what I'm saying? That's
still one of the hardest chains that come out of Milwaukee, period.
Man,
or
one
just
of the
hip-hop.
hardest chains to come out of hip-hop. It made it to top 10 hardest chains. But then you got to think, this was back then. You know what I mean? Now they going stupid crazy now. But back then, this was that joint. You know what I mean? And everywhere I went, if you didn't know me, you knew me. Like, who is dude? You know what I mean?
That's what
so
it
was
did.
an eye catcher. That's what Milwaukee do. You know what I mean? We'll take something small and make it so big. You know what I mean? So I knew, like, when I wanted to do something different. I remember me and Nitty went and got our chains made at the same time from PAX. And he was like, I'm like, man, what you gonna get? He's like, man, I'm getting Ray Nitty. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, what you getting? I'm getting Wendy's with the Ray Rizzy on the bottom, on the back. I already had the Drew out. I had the Drew out for like 15 years.
That's what it was
you know what I'm saying? And it did what it did.
How much did that cost you? Not to be in your business, but like, how much did that cost you to get that made?
That was about 50.
Man.
You know what I mean? We talking about 2019. No, I'm tripping. 09.
09, yeah.
That was 09. Yeah, that was about 50. Heavy. My neck still messed up.
Yeah, I remember I seen that time. I'm like, oh snap.
Yeah, I always been a jewelry guy too, so that thing just represented everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew. I ain't had to really tell you where I was from. You knew it.
Yep, and I knew it. I'm like, shit, I lived over there. I remember that Wendy's. We used to go over there, walk to that Wendy's right around the corner. Like you said, couldn't cross that busy street. But now you would go to Wendy's and get you a good little meal from there, man. So that kind of like, when I seen that, I was like, man, that's love, that's deep, bro. That's what's up. Because I felt a part of that too. Because like I said, I lived over there and I was going to that Wendy's too, and I know what it was. Like some nights you ain't gonna be no meals cook, go get you a little situation, get you together at Wendy's. You know what I'm saying?
It was so important. You know how many times I ain't had no money and I might go up in there and they just throw something, or you know, fam might got $5. We'll split a little meal. You know what I mean? We really actually invented the 4 for 4. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because all we had was like at the most $5 when we was kids. I'm talking about when we was kids. So you can go in and you would get a burger, a fry, a nugget,
and a drink.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Now let me ask you, because I don't know how true this was, but I heard this before, that Wendy's, from you getting that chain, that Wendy's wanted to give you like free meals or something like that.
Yeah, I had a little card that it only worked at that one though. Yeah. So they gave me a little card. I come in and swipe. You know what I mean? So what I used to do with it, every time I came back home, I'd just take all the kids and just get them Frosties. You know what I mean? It'd probably be about 30 kids. Just give them all Frosties, Happy Meals and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I rarely used it for myself, but it was for the kids. Yeah, that was bro. That's dope. That was cool. But, you know, if I knew what I knew then, we would have definitely did some different marketing, so we could have been deeper in, because Junior Bridgman, who played for the Bucks, actually owned that Wendy's. So we was trying to get in contact with him to get some things popping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that was unheard of back then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That would have been dope to even have your picture in there. They could have some kind of promotion thing. You could have the Wendy's chain on, had your own sandwich. That could have been cool. Like, you know how they doing now? Like, say, for instance, Cardi B and Offset got their own McDonald's meal, man. You could have had a Ray Rizzy meal. You know what I'm saying?
It was unheard of then. So my meal was underground. You know, the hardhead burger was underground. So we was trying to find a way to get it bigger. But I was thinking like that. But the powers that be couldn't see the vision. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was just before my time, fam. I was just before my time.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm all right with that. Like, I go to sleep I go to sleep good every night knowing that I was just before my time. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just not catching up to this shit.
Right. Now I got 2 more questions for you. Do you still do music, and like, or did you fall back? Like, what? Like, if you fell back, why did you fall back from the music? And do you still do music now?
I do music every day. I got a passion for it. I told you where it started from. It started at the church, so it's, you know what I mean, it's a blessing that's in me. The way I put words together, I don't sound like nobody. I'm offbeat. You know what I mean? To a lot of people, I might not, my rhyme pattern is crazy. It's me. You know what I'm saying? I don't sound like nobody. The way I ride the beat, I ride the snare. I don't ride the one. You know what I mean? I might come in on a 3. You know what I mean? I'm just real different. I can't stop it. It's therapeutic for me. I've been through a lot, man. Like, you know what I mean? Every time you see me, I smile, but that's just to keep, you know what I mean, the pain away. You know what I mean? I go through a lot. I lost a lot. I'm going through stuff right now. You know what I mean? I done lost 2 siblings. You know what I mean? My father, my mom's sick right now, and I just try to battle through it. You know what I'm saying? So music is an escape for me, always been. Music stopped me from hopping in the car. Music stopped me from having a case, going to jail, all type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when I got shot, so when I came out the hospital, they asked, man, what you need? Bring me a studio to the crib right now. Recorded a whole album. So if you go on Apple Music, I never stop. And cats always ask me that, like, bro, why you stop? I'm like, I ain't stopped. I probably got more music than the young cats out right now. You know what I'm saying? If you go on my page, I drop all the time. Not as fluent, but, you know, the cats will tell you, like, don't nobody work like me. I go up in there and go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I go crazy in that lab. I'm still one of them guys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, but I know.
I do know one thing that I can't change is time. You know what I'm saying? And I had my time, so I just sit back and just play my role, do my thing. My message didn't change. I ain't jacking no more. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I got a job now, you know what I mean? I got my CDLs. I'm driving trucks and everything.
That's
so
dope. Congratulations.
I got a different little message that I'm kicking, you know what I mean? Because I seen a lot, I did a lot, and I'm noticing it ain't what, at the end of that rainbow, it ain't what people think, you know what I mean? So I'm here to just, you know what I mean, try my best to stop a lot of things from happening in a lot of people's life if they willing to listen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely, man. Like I said, you grew, man. You done lived. You done been there, did that. You know what I'm saying? You done had your, you know, you hadn't had your time, man. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, you've been in the mix. So, like, a lot of people didn't even know half of the stuff you just sat here and told us, man. Like, that means a lot, bro. Like, to have one of Milwaukee's own really in the mix and just hear these different stories, bro. It's always a blessing, bro. And I think, you know what I'm saying, it definitely need to be heard. Your story definitely need to be heard, and I appreciate you for telling it on here, bro.
No, for sure. It's about that time. I had to come out my shell. And, you know, I can't lie and make it seem like it was all good. You know, I had a lot of bad nights. You know what I mean? Like, to this day, certain music come on. I go to a concert. You know what I mean? Like, average, normal stuff. If I go to a concert, it's going to hit me different because I used to be the one performing. You know what I mean? I used to be the one rocking these stages. So me sitting back, I can enjoy it, but I'm like, it's always that what if. You know what I mean? Like, dang, you know what I mean? But I know for a fact I gave it everything I had. Nothing that I did or nothing anybody did. I don't got nobody to blame. I used to wild out a little bit, you know what I mean? Try to blame people for this and that, but it's just the way that it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's part of the story.
It's just part of the story, you know what I'm saying? You know, God always got, you know what I mean, the last call. So, you know what I mean? I'm still blessed to be able to use this vocal cords that I got and still drop, you know what I mean?
Yep, and give game to the youth and people coming up under you, man.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, I got the mode show, the mode print. You know what I mean? We've been rolling with the word mode, you know what I mean? Analogy, MODE, money off dreams every day. You know what I'm saying?
And that project dope too on iTunes. Go check it out.
Yeah, appreciate it. Real highway music is real. I like the young folks to listen to it, but I'm really, you know what I mean? It's some sit back, laid back stuff. You know what I mean? For real.
Yep, I got it in my playlist for sure.
For sure, I appreciate that.
For sure. Now, my last question for you, man, is what's next for Rizzy, man? What can we expect from you?
Expect more fire music. Expect me to be hands on more with the artists. You know what I mean? If y'all, man, my door open, man. DM me. Y'all need anything from me. I've been doing some acting. So that's the next thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing a lot of acting. So don't be surprised if you see me in a big budget film. You know what I mean? That's one of the things I used to talk to Ice Cube about when I got the feature from him. I'm like, man, let me get one of them roles. You know what I'm saying? So I used to be on that real heavy. Podcasting, cooking. You know what I mean? Being there for my nieces, nephews. You know what I mean? I'm big unk. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We go in the club, I embrace it. You know what I mean? All the young cats, what up, OG? What up, unk? You know what I mean? I'm letting my gray show. I ain't getting, you know what I mean? I'm dude. I'm still in the club. I'm still hosting. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to take none of the spotlight. So when y'all see me out, they know how I move. You know what I mean? I get in my little corner. I embrace it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Most definitely, bro. Like, he had a hell of a career, bro. Like, in our eyes and just period, bro. Like, you You made it to us, bro. At least to me, bro. And I know it's way more people that think the same thing. Ray Rizzy made it, bro. Seeing all them videos you had and the collabs, hearing the stories. You know what I'm saying? You made it, bro. And like, it's good to see somebody from home really living out our dreams and living out his dreams, putting the city on, bro. And it was only right that I brought you on this show, bro, because gotta give you your flowers, bro.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. That's love.
Yeah, gotta give you your flowers, and that's what it's all about on this show. Just giving people their flowers and just let people like hear your story, and not letting people go forgotten and not letting talent go unseen. So you know that's a big thing about me, man. Like I said, I want to thank you for coming up here because you could have been anywhere else, bro, but you came here on the show, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, talk your story.
I love this town, bro. I love music and I love this town.
Facts,
bro.
Me too, bro.
I love this town, bro. Bro, I can be anywhere. I can move anywhere. That was one of the things that kind of hindered me. They was like, man, bro, you got to leave. And you know what I mean? It's good to represent home, but to y'all new artists, when you get to a certain plateau, don't be scared to go on and spread your wings and get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I used to hit it, but I used to come right back. You know what I mean? That block ain't going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere.
That block ain't going nowhere. So go on to live it up. You know what I mean? Go on to live it up. I'm telling you, because that window of opportunity when it closes, it's closed. You know what I'm saying? So if you got motion, man, stick to it.
Yep, and don't miss your boat from nobody, man.
Don't miss your boat, man.
That's what it is, man.
Don't miss your boat.
Yeah, bro. But like I said, I want to say thank you, bro, and for coming on this show.
I appreciate you, fam. I appreciate you. We locked in forever.
Yeah, for sure.
You better
bro.
say that.
And just come up here vibing, bro, and just like telling a story and everything, bro. That mean a lot, bro. But I wish you the best of luck on your journey, bro. And
appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. I wish you the best of luck on your journey, and congratulations to your success that you had and that you still doing. And y'all make sure y'all tap in, man. Let the people know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram at Raymond Renzel, Renzel29. That's RENZELL 29. And then on Facebook, the same thing. And y'all know I'm out all the time, man. You know what I mean? It's all love, man. I'm still rapping, man. Don't we, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Let me come on there and bless you. I ain't gonna go too hard on you, young cat. You talking about for real. Yeah,
you already know, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in. My boy Ray Rizzy came on the Rick Taylor show, man. And y'all make sure y'all tap in. All my subscribers and fans, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all spread the word and keep tuning in, man.
Yeah, hey. Yeah. Keep going. Don't stop, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's
you got something big, bro.
Oh, you already know, man. I appreciate you. I
appreciate
stop, you. And I ain't stopping no time soon, man. I'm going to keep going. We're going to keep rocking, keep putting on for the city. And we're going to keep doing this, man, because of y'all, man. I want to say thank y'all, man. So, like I said, man, tune in, subscribe, man. Much love. Rick Taylor and Ray Rizzy.
Cap Dry.
Yes, sir.